Hello and welcome to the SmackDown review. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture Wrestling, here to review everything that happened on 3-hour SmackDown last Friday. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review SmackDown, but also the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AW Dynamite, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week, complete with a bloody good quiz, of course, on Wrestle Culture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Hamflett to review this week's episode of 3-hour Friday Night SmackDown. And just like we've always said, this show needs to be 3 hours.
Yep.
Case in point.
All they need to keep doing is to try. And if I know one thing, what year are we now? 2026?
Yeah.
God dang. In my 36 years of respecting the business, specifically the feds, what I know is that when they do something like new, or there's a change, or whether it's like new network, an extra hour, less 1 hour, whatever, new branding, after the first one, it always stays good. They make a load of effort in that first one, and then it just stays the same.
Yeah.
It never deteriorates in quality.
It's like
or
the bus in Speed.
Yes.
It can't drop below amazing.
That's it. Yeah, they've put a bomb on the Fed bus, and the pedal is set to class. Right, I think I'm speaking in terms you all understand. And right,
good SmackDowns have already outlasted Ruben Amorim as Man United manager. So
well, last year's Man United,
poor lad's never getting his hair.
I was going to say last year's Man United comparison about the good SmackDown. SmackDown took the piss out of Manchester United, didn't it? Like we needed, what was it, 5 good SmackDowns?
Yeah,
breeze after Perth, total breeze. Yeah. Like the second half of the year was quality. We jest and we joke as is our wont on this podcast. I'm excited for this Friday's SmackDown, which we will preview on Friday. And I'm excited to be making our return to the studios to talk about this one. I thought the first 3-hour SmackDown was a belter. Loads of stuff to dig into. Like a good use of the time. I know everybody was dreading it. But they haven't yet.
1 week in those are unwarranted dread.
What were you guys worried about, yeah? Like, they've yet to add 11 unnecessary minutes to all the matches.
Yes.
Those days will come.
Yes.
And we'll rip into them when they do. But for now, at least, golden era IMO of the 3-hour SmackDowns of 2026.
And as always, we'll be keeping it 100 here on the podcast because that's the amount of days it is until we fly to America for WrestleMania.
100 on the dot.
I just Googled it on my lunch break and I thought,
That's great. That's a nice thing to hear, but we best get it made official now, won't we? Phil, get back in the office. We got some emails to send and some others to receive.
100 days.
Yeah, we better go, wouldn't we?
I mean, we've talked a big game, haven't we? You know. No,
it's
all going well.
It's looking nice. All going well. 100 days, God. It's so much when you think, God, WrestleMania is still at the middle of April rather than at the very start of it. We've not another Rumble. We're previewing and reviewing the first week back of WWE's 2026. But 100 days doesn't feel that long, does it?
No.
When you list it that way.
Feels a lot better than when I was sat at the airport on my own in Las Vegas about to fly home going, will I ever be this happy again?
Just 100 days to wait. Like I said in those podcasts we were doing in the last sort of working week of December. And thank you, by the way. I got some nice messages about the wrestling wrap-up ones I did, where I just sat in your chair in an otherwise completely empty building and talked to myself about the business.
Yes.
And the business wasn't giving you much to talk about. So I especially appreciate those that listened along with those. But no, the last week where we were all in before Christmas, I was saying to people, just get through the next couple of weeks and then countdown to Christmas starts. That's all you got to do. And here we are now. Like, that's why we're all excited, right?
Not only that, and even if they just stop trying on Friday nights, after this week, which we will easily preview, we're already in Traitor City.
Yep.
And Gladiators launches next Saturday.
Let's do this now. Let's get it out of the way. Look, it's day 1 on the 100-day Fedvent calendar, right? 100 days now to WrestleMania. 100-day, 100-point plan.
Not to WrestleMania until we fly to WrestleMania.
Right, same, in a way. Yeah. Like, BBC, I understand, sorry for our American viewers, listeners in the other country, The BBC has continually taken pelters from people over the decades. I personally believe it's a political matter. I think the BBC is used as political football. I think it's the true ombudsman and like independent adjudicator of like the arts. I think it fulfills its remit to educate, inform, and entertain. It always has, and I think it always will.
It just ties itself in knots politically sometimes.
The fact that each side of the aisle thinks it's biased is a good thing. That's what people have never realised. Why, when you watch Question Time, everyone's livid by the end. It means that it's actually been broadly effective, right? It platforms some awful people, but like, you know, look at us.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't, right? Like, it remains to me this thing that like I can do so little to protect it, other than two things. Number one, pay my television licence, of which I believe funds not just the television, but also the BBC website. Again, one of the last true bastions of online like news that you can trust, like kind of the other BBC resources. You'll still be in the CBeebies era. Believe me, the day that you leave that is a day that you wish you could go back to forever. Can I freeze time, please? Because this is where my child's protected. And I can come on this podcast every January and put over this unbelievable hot streak they've realised. They used to pile all the pressure on Christmas Day, right? You needed a big EastEnders. You needed whatever the 90s, noughties, 10s version of the Morecambe and Wise Christmas special was. Like, you needed the Royal Family, you needed something, one of your big hitters to hit big. And increasingly, that's getting harder and harder in the fragmented cultural world, right? Like, and we say that as people that do a wrestling podcast, like niche within a niche within a niche. That's where everything's going. So it's hard to get people around the Christmas Day telly like it used to, because people are on the screens. Like, I lived it this year. Kids on screens, even like me and my wife and her mum and whoever was the guests, were like, we'll all get our phones out and check the TVs and moving wallpaper more than anything else. You know, may as well have this gorgeous SmackDown graphic on for all people who are watching it. And then the BBC clocks on. Wait a minute. What if people are actually in need of the comfort of the telly more after Christmas than in it? What if they're a bit full on chocolate? They're a bit like, I need like some newness and freshness in my life. And they go, bang, Traitors New Year's Day. Bang, Gladiators second weekend of the year. Bang, Gladiators and Traitors finishes. Apprentice starts. It is an absolute tactical masterclass from it's the pet ball of television. They have completely reframed how to get it done. Have you seen what ITV is doing in a panicked response to this? I think it was last night. Masked Singer at this point. Does well, but there's no live element to it. I think it was last night they aired the first Corriedale. They're bringing the superpowers of Coronation Street and Emmerdale together just in order to compete with the fact that the nation's conversation.
Give up. Why make any other TV shows after January? It's a bit like, I don't know how. Well, I've not watched this year's, obviously.
Sorry, Jay, for once again putting the first three things on your
I
montage.
feel like make that easier. Just leave that on.
Set
That's
the
just
template.
given, right? But like back in the day, I don't know if that's still the case right now because why would I watch it? But like Wrestle Kingdom, it would always be like this year'd start and people would be like, why bother having any other match of the year conversations because of all these, Okada, Omega, Why bother making any other TV shows after January? Traitors and Gladiators have got it wrapped up.
Apprentice is like the warm cuddle in the aftermath, isn't it? Because you know you've got like...
You need
12 weeks or so. Like, Only Connect has moved later in the year now, so that the final hasn't even happened yet. Like, normally that would be sort of a mid-year thing to get you through the arduous non-traitors months, as they're now being referred to as. You just got to get yourself back to January. I've always said January is the best month, actually. I'm continually proved right year on year at this point.
Any other show that they were like, we've changed our plans. What is it, guys? 3 shows a week now instead of just 2. Anyone would be like, that's a bit over. I've got other stuff to do during them. Not now, not in January.
Have I got this right, or was it just because it started over New Year? They moved it to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, is that going to stick?
I don't know, actually.
Because if that becomes a Saturday night staple, they've also gone, you know what else we'll do to take the absolute piss? We'll claim Saturdays back, thanks.
Yeah, we'll have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Strictly's finished. We'll take that, thanks very much. So, if that's the case, WWE need, honestly, if you look at the first year on Netflix, somebody at WWE needs to have a word with our old friend Auntie Beeb and be like, hang on a minute, how are you doing this? I thought you were a dying/dead institution and you're out at home run after home run after home run. Oh. We can't even get in the Netflix top 10 compared to a moving fireplace. The Netflix.
They have kind of taken influence from WWE because I'd say the secret traitor is sort of akin to the anonymous Raw general manager. All you need is blink, blink. It says I've got to kill one of these 3 people.
Or very least, the greater power. Same gear. Off goes the hood.
They're like, the traitors are there. We need to prepare for the arrival of our Howard Power. Whatever I say, no matter how much I mess up, I'll never say that.
Howard Power.
On that sort of level.
How great. Why? When they knew they were going to do a secret traitor in a red robe why did they not have another traitor called Austin? So that like the secret traitor could reveal themselves by saying it was me, Austin, it was me all along.
Son of a bitch.
It's not like Austin Theory was allowed to go over Christmas, and if he was, nobody would have watched because they did the reveal on the lowest viewed episode of the year.
Just put that there when no one's watching.
Don't know.
But anyway, let's get into this SmackDown because lots to cover, lots of returns, debuts, big things happening.
Oh yeah, like
the conclusion of a 6-month-long feud.
You know the rules here, man. Like SmackDown's added an extra hour, so this podcast added an extra 2. Strap in.
So we see shots of the Key Wank Center in Buffalo.
We're back.
And Cole welcomes us to the first SmackDown of 2025.
Sorry, I'm cutting in already. Buffalo took a kicking on this episode, didn't it? Every single can't wait to get out of here. In Buffalo, I'm freezing my bollocks off. Like what were they? What? I mean, have you ever noticed that before? Cold. It did look cold, but like we've had snow this week. I felt like it was like snow outside, SmackDown on the inside. I was like, where's my radiator? Like, where's the warmth of this studio is what I needed. But it took a beat in Buffalo, didn't it? It was like, remember when like Vince made like all the heels be from Canada, and if there was a Canadian babyface, it was like, where'd you live? Florida? Right, that's where you build from now. I've gone off Canada.
Yeah. Do you think it's just one of those things where everyone's in a bit of a grump after, like, day one of your New Year's resolutions, you're like, I think I'm going to do this. I don't know, get like eat healthy or quit smoking or whatever it might be. Day 2, you're like, oh, this again. Oh, we're in Buffalo. And it's cold.
I'm going to be nice to the bits of New York I don't particularly like. Oh, stinking Buffalo.
So they have a big recap of all the stuff involving Cody and Drew, 3 Stages of Hell, which we will get to. And they're still talking when they're interrupted by the man whose year 2026 is.
Called it.
The Miz.
Hoorah!
He says, I'm not moving on until I've aired my grievances. He's got 4 of them. Number 1, he should be the one to make John Cena tap out, shared history. And whilst he's off riding into the sunset, I'm stuck in bloody Buffalo, of course. Number 2, young superstars, they don't heed my advice, don't respect me. Number 3, I should have been Marty Supreme instead of Timothy Chalamet.
Don't even know, but okay.
And number 4, he says, Joe, he who shall not be named, ruined his final SmackDown in 2025, and now he's brought back a very untrue nickname, Tiny Walls, about him. But now he's the new face of WWE after John Cena's gone. And then said, unlike Buffalo sports teams, I can actually win stuff. I've got all these accolades, which makes me the locker room leader.
Funny that.
But before he can go any further, Randy Orton returns. His music hits. He comes down, gets in the ring, makes Miz flinch a little bit before he goes and poses up on the turnbuckle. And Miz is like, here we are. Bloody power couple these, aren't they? I mean him. Gatekeeps the locker room, probably. Faces of WWE. What about, picture this, Miz KO. Thoughts? Right. And Orton RKO'd him twice.
Right.
And said, Happy New Year.
You're probably not the right person to ask this question, but you're the one in the room with me, so I'm going to do it. Have I lost my mind in only the second podcast of 2026? Or was this absolutely brilliant?
It was amazing.
This was so good, wasn't it? Like, Wilbourn's recap there is very kindly, I think, for the people that don't watch SmackDown, condensed the Miz's actual, content in the promo. There was, like, he had his 4 grievances, and the trick with this was, the longer the grievances got, and the longer the list of grievances got, the funnier it got. Yeah. And it's that weird gamble. You see it sometimes on SNL sketches where it's like, this is going long, but they're gambling on it getting funny again by the end, the more they push it, right? He is literally, like, starting WWE's year by going down in order and then getting to, like, grievance number 3. He's not being cut off halfway through grievance number 1. It's like, I had loads more to do. Yeah. No. They're actually permitting him to do it. And other than the third one, the film, the Timothy Chalamet thing, they're long. Like, he goes deep into these grievances. He spots exactly how much to measure. The locker room leader stuff, pop me daft that. Like, the Miz
young girls don't respect me.
Doing these young kids rant was so funny. There was
a very funny bit later on, in case I forget to mention it, by the way, that Mello bumps into a new US champ. Congratulations, by the way. Fantastic match. I watched that. New US champ Mello's like, found him in for you, Miss. I wouldn't have got this. And Miz like, finally, some bloody respect. And he's like, no, if I found him in for you, leaving me alone so I could go on and be successful. Like,
the only person that got more of a kick in than Buffalo was The Miz, right? Like, everyone had a pot shot. But I'll say this, right? And I know we're kind of like, I don't think we're a one-man band campaign for the year of The Miz. Hoorah!
Hoorah!
because I feel like this is not the end of Miz's list of grievances.
Yeah.
I think he stumbled upon something here as like this, like he's always able to just slot into being the buffoon, but angry ranting buffoon is occasionally going to get wins. Sort of fits into where he was last year with the Mela Don't Miz thing, where you always knew he was going to come out on the losing end of that feud, but it has helped.
If Cody is the president of WWE, could he be the vice president, JD Grievance?
He could now.
Political.
That's what we offer here. But we are bipartisan, blue or red, because you can check out the Raw preview wherever you get your podcasts. Have I covered everything there? The brilliant, you've just mentioned Cody Rhodes, the brilliant thing about how deluded and deranged The Miz came across in this fabulous airing of his grievances and the fact that he was there just to be picked up as sport by Randy Orton and then bullied by Carmelo Hayes, is that he was so convincing he could now talk himself into being the latest person to join the long list of people that want to fight Cody.
Yeah.
Or the long list of people. SmackDown, we're going to get to it. The whole thing was about establishing this long line of people. Like, Cody, you've got 3 stages of hell match. Oh, by the way, that chalice is still poisoned. Like, this is a year where everybody has looked upon you. And Cody's promo alluded to that as well. It's like, not only are people...
Well, Jade Cargill. See it Mania, probably.
Not only are people saying, enough's enough, I want to go at that. Cody's also saying, do people think I can't see that this is happening? So they're making it a theme of the show that, like, right, I'm kind of sick of the old QB running of things. Like, is Drew McIntyre's corporate Cody stuff cutting through the whole roster? They're all saying it. Everyone's saying it. Like, and Randy Orton immediately getting this, like, really warm, fuzzy babyface return. And then, well, we'll get to it in a second. Like, establishing where he sits on the roster. And if a turn comes out of this, it's going to be a heel turn away from this quite fun babyface.
Yeah,
it's
coming, isn't it? We've talked about this for a long time, that this match and this turn is coming.
Less has been more for this Randy Orton babyface character, and it's been all the better for it. Miz queued him up perfectly for Orton to do almost nothing and still get this amazing reaction. I tell you what he did do as well, Miz, here. He did a really good job of what wrestling should. My end of the world thing, right? John Cena retiring's a pretty big end of the world. The Miz here did that. Oh, John Cena's retired. It's the end of the world. Randy Orton's back. I guess Randy Orton is kind of the new end of the world guy. When Randy Orton leaves, that's going to feel like the end of the world. Yeah. They kind of seamlessly, and it made you realize, oh, maybe that's why they kept Orton out of the way to the end of the Cena thing. Because you said it in the office, and I had this exact thought in my mind watching this start of the show. It did feel fresh, didn't it? It felt like it did feel a bit new.
I couldn't work out if that's because I'd just been out of the loop for a couple of weeks.
I don't know, because I've been in it. I've been clinging on to it for dear life. I love me in the loop. Like, I've been like 5 minutes with some digestives, the toilet, and the loop. Like, it's been one of the highlights of my Christmas. But like, really, really strong stuff. But honestly, there's going to be a few things I'm going to say on this podcast. But I know I sound like the Miz fanboy I've always been. Top draw stuff. He was doing the job in a daft Christmas match against Joe Hendry the week before.
I did see that.
And he just immediately put himself back in the conversation. Brilliant.
Post break, he bumps into Cody and says, "Look, good luck in 3 stages of hell, but I've got next," effectively. And then the SmackDown GM, I can't remember what his name is, reminds Cody, "Don't touch Drew McIntyre. Just let him explain what the 3 stages of hell are going to be." I was like, "I've got it." Didn't look like he had it much later on.
No.
After, we'll get to Drew breaking cheapest picture frame I've ever seen in my entire life.
I got some thoughts on that entire thing. What worked and what didn't.
Yeah. And in amongst all this as well, Lash and Nia basically say, after we've teamed up tonight, we want a tag title shot with the Kabuki Warriors. They're in action next. It is the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Early on, Asuka gets sent to the outside, as does Kairi Sane by Rhea Ripley. Alexa Bliss dives off the apron to take us to a break. We come back. Bliss is in trouble, but she gets the hot tag to Flair, who crossbodies Legend and Jax. She hit a natural selection on Jax, which the commentators seem surprised by. Yep. Oh, natural selection. I guess it's over. And she got the moonsault, but Jax kicks out at 2. Asuka comes in, gets caught in a pinning combination by Flair, who transitions into the figure 8, but Kairi Sane insane elbows Charlotte Flair. Io Sky eventually comes in and takes out both the Kabuki Warriors. There's a double missile drop kick in there. Rhea gets pulled off just as she's about to make the tag. Io gets nailed by a huge boot from Lash Legend to take us to another break. And then when we finally come back, Rhea, hot tag, She uses Kairi Sane as a weapon to knock down her tag team partner, Asuka. Everyone comes in, basically. Everyone hits something. And then Kairi Sane, it concludes by Kairi Sane coming off the top to try and take out Rhea, who just effortlessly catches her, hits her the riptide, brings in EO, who hits the over the moonsault to get the 1, 2, 3 for her team.
I got some mixed feelings on this, right? Because it was decent. The action was decent throughout when it was hot and the crowd liked it. SmackDown, and I hope we're seeing this with the NXT call-ups and the fact that it's 3 hours, a big, as in double underline on the whiteboards backstage, needs to make sure that it's got like a solid enough mid-card.
Yes.
Because look what happens when some Raw people come over. And I know like people think that's flippant and the brand extension has never been what it was supposed to be. But for the most part, Rhea Ripley is, for example, is a Raw wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like a CM Punk turns up on the Odd Smack. There are certain wrestlers that you know and associate with the two sides. The fact that they have been able to like lean lately on some Raw wrestlers coming over, and a bit of vice versa, but I've noticed it more on SmackDown, has shown you the benefit of having like a hot roster rather than a hot 4 or 5 guys. Jade Cargill's quite hot at the moment. Cody Rhodes is always hot. Tiffany Stratton spent a lot of the year hot.
By the way, I know people have said, "Oh, she's not having any title defenses." I quite like that anyone who even comes anywhere near her.
Oh, I
know it's an injury bug. That's not ideal.
No, but there was a benefit to they
explained it of just like you try and step to me and people get hurt.
It's completely in character in the storyline, isn't it? Yeah, we should. It comes up later on, or
it comes up a bit later on.
But yeah, so this match, I don't know if it's because I'm going to a WWE house show in a week and a bit.
Oh yeah, when is it?
It's like a week on Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So like really soon.
So the Gladiators Go Home SmackDown will also be the fallout of the WWE live show.
Yes, I'll have all my thoughts.
And then we might mention some of the matches that's happening as well.
It's on a Thursday. So yeah, I'll have all the report, hot scoops on the Friday. But some of it will be hot anyway. I'm not sure my kids give a crap anymore. Joshua just gotten into the figures. He wanted to spend some Christmas money, and he got a Cody Rhodes figure, and then something clicked, and he was like, "I need someone to wrestle. I need a ring for that." So we went. He was spending some money in Smith's Toys, and we got the WrestleMania 40 ring.
Yes.
So Cody's finished the story like 20 times, and like putting that ring together, it felt amazing. I wish I'd done it in slow motion and made a Desire video out of it, sticking the stickers on the posts and stuff.
I built a police bike on Christmas Eve for Eric.
Is it the white one with the little blue basket around the front?
But it's got a siren on the back.
Smith's Toys? Or?
Yeah, it's in Smith's.
Yeah.
Like,
built 2 of them bad lads in my time, let me tell you. To get there, like, because...
the old battery, is decent for like taking into the pot. Battery on the siren, a little bit too long for me, if anything.
Yeah. You really need them to... Yeah. What was I talking about? This match. I don't know if I was watching with the excitement of attending a house show soon, but... there was a house show tone to this. Yeah. In that the fans, like, kind of went with it, even though it wasn't, like, I know the babyfaces won, they're building up to a tag title match.
It was all for tonight.
Didn't feel very consequential.
No,
it was just like, the actual stuff, here's some of the wrestlers in it. Like, WWE used to do, like, Survivor Series Showdown before the elimination match, and it was like, well, here's a member of this team and a member of this team, and they're in a singles match. This was that, but in reverse.
Yeah, it was because the personification was the bit at the end where it was just like, right, you come in, Alexa Bliss hits Sister Abigail, turns around into like a big boot by Lash Legend or whatever. Over the moonsault, 1, 2, 3.
Favorite Charlotte Alexa interaction in a while was on this show. Did you see the walking into the building shot bit they did?
No.
They were coming down one of those arena escalators. And Alexa just kept moving 2 steps up to be taller than Charlotte. And then she moved 1 more up. And it's an escalator. You can keep doing that joke forever. It was good.
So we go backstage, and there is the SmackDown GM.
Oh, my God.
With one of our own, Jordan Grace. Mm-hmm. Shaped, molded by NXT.
Yep.
And, well, it's been a time period with Javon and someone else we're about to hear.
Yep.
Sometimes it's time for... the kids to fly the nest. It's an emotional time, but it's good to see them spreading their wings.
You want them all in like cap and gowns, don't you? They're graduating.
So proud of all of them.
NXT, the University of Wilbourn.
But she's not committed to SmackDown just yet. She's been sort of scouted, isn't she? She's weighing up her options, as we'll see again later on. Anyway, Chelsea Green walks in, says, "Don't fancy doing my title defense tonight," and the SmackDown GM isn't buying this and threatens to impeach Chelsea Green.
Yep. Jordan Grace, I am in favour of NXT call-ups always. That's my stance.
Okay.
I got cross with NXT in 2025 because of the influence and interruptions of like feuds with TNA and all that. But if you are calling up on a scale that appears to be as big as what we're currently seeing across Raw and SmackDown, do it all you want, because I think a bit of fluidity on the NXT roster has been what the show's been missing.
Yes.
Like, we have some favourites on that show, but one of the reasons that we have a lot of favourites is because they've been there for absolutely ages. It is unnatural within a developmental system to spend as long as some of them have spent developing. Now, I know there's a next in line thing where they literally might have never taken a bump in their life, but all the same, like 4 years in the case of some, there's some 2.0 wrestlers that have only existed from the formation of that and still never left, right? It's too long. This is worth taking a punt on.
I'm excited to see what they do on Raw as well. They might just do, Jordan Grace again, weighing up her options, and someone else from NXT, for example, because it feels like Trick and Javon's probably
Javon's signed, isn't he?
I think I don't know where he's going necessarily.
Yeah. I think he's going to Raw, but Ober's getting trailed on both.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That Trick, Jordan Grace, Javon Evans, do what you like with them, take them up today.
Mm-hmm.
Ober Femi, I was like, we can't do anything with him. He's a world champion.
Well, we're kind of stepping on our own dicks with the New Year's Evil preview.
Oh my God.
I love Leon Slater, but it's not him, is it?
Might be. Impact's. I told you.
That'd be a hell of a
I told you.
Were like, they've taken all the belts off them. How about this? TNA's Leon Slater.
Before Christmas, did I not say that WWE would do something cynically to stack that first Impact? And I said
That's a good point.
I said they might do Leon Slater versus AJ Styles as the big match. It's AJ working TNA lore of like first Impact on Spike, first pay-per-view, like Mr. TNA of that golden era. Imagine doing that for the NXT title because Leon Slater's taking it to Impact and AJ's got to bring it right back. Like, I think Slater could do it. I think he could beat Ober Femi.
Not many people can beat Ober Femi. I can think of at least one name that can, though.
Well, and then all of a sudden, Leon Slater's got an inbuilt opponent in NXT, hasn't he? And who couldn't beat Ober Femi? Javon Evans. So Leon Slater's then got that as a bit of a, oh yeah, we were mates, me and you. I mean, you couldn't do that. I did that. I think it's going to happen. We're talking NXT stuff because it was Jordan Grace. Not before time. This NXT run's been a bit of a bust.
I kind of forgot about Bianca Belair for a split second when I saw what she did a little bit later on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what a match that would be. Although that is a triple threat.
This is the point. You're supposed to be like cycling people through NXT, create a bunch of new faces and a bunch of new potential matches that you want to fantasy book. This is the perfect time of year to do it as well. I'm all in favour.
They do a nice bit with the Buffalo Bills players on the front row with the belts and stuff, but that was only so they could bring out Kit Wilson to say everyone's toxic from Buffalo. Thoughts on Kit Wilson's new theme?
Love it!
I don't... Kit Wilson, toxic masculinity gimmick. Wait a second, what's that theme?
I don't know how they've turned this around because I think we were very critical of that gimmick in 2025. Awful. Paul and Bruce having a prod at the Wokes. It was awful, cringeworthy stuff. They've tweaked it and they've fixed it. That's the only way I can think to describe it.
It might be the best Tron there is.
Oh my God.
Theme, you can
theme's good.
Tron is incredible.
It's in the rich tradition of WWE themes by Jim Johnson, by Jimmy Hart. It's basically a lift of a song you already know, but they've tweaked it. It's like Sabrina Carpenter.
Kid. I'm just a sexy kid. Sexy kid.
Like a sort of Sabrina Carpenter, maybe like newer Taylor Swift. I don't know it as well, but that's a sort of vibe with Kit Wilson as a hook to it. And then his Titantron is like the sort of aha take on me comic book style art of just himself. And he's got that pretty deadly flare back. Like he's got his gear. His gear's flashier again. Yeah. He's not trying to be this like serious arsehole malcontent that he was at the back end of last year. Like an instant. And the crazy thing is, obviously, he's brought back for the guy we're about to talk about to do the JOB. But there's probably not enough charismatic losers kicking around in WWE at the moment. So I've suddenly, basically, Kit Wilson's just gone like that compared to a bunch of the mid-carders that tend to have 50-50s against each other.
Kit needs to get under the Mrs. Wing.
Yes. I'll fix you. Look what I did for Carmelo Hayes. Look what I did for Randy Orton's return.
So he comes out and says, Bills Mafia are the most toxic sports fans in America. Thanks for coming, guys.
Did we do pretty awesome before? Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
feels
we
like
talked
something
about
we've
that
pitched
before.
Yeah.
And he's interrupted by Zack Ryder. No, wait a second. He's interrupted by Matt Cardona. No longer king of the Indies.
No. Yeah, they were. This was pointed, wasn't it? Because Matt Cardona, like the joke on Matt Cardona is that like the day that he got released was the day he wanted to come back. Right. And that's, yeah, fine. Like I love the Fed. I get it, actually. But that's always been there. Was it Cody and Kevin Owens had that podcast where they were like,
that was brilliant.
Yeah, we all know when, Matt Cardona.
What a few drinks in Kevin Owens and the real story start coming out.
So I think there was an element of attempting to empower the character by having that Zack Ryder to Matt Cardona transition, because it immediately puts you in the head of, oh, different guy. He's kind of come back on his own terms. He's not just like, how much, yeah, like that's not been the negotiation. But I don't know.
Rough Cardona, is that his finish now then?
I mean, that
doesn't work as well.
That's what some people might say about how this run might go. It was fine, wasn't it? You know,
yeah, it was very by the numbers. Kit jumps Cardona as he's making his entrance, and as they're announcing that he's properly part of the SmackDown roster. Cardona fought back. Wilson regained momentum with a kick to the back of Cardona's head in the corner. Cardona counters being put up in the corner with a drop kick from the top rope. Face buster. Cardona hits the broski boot. There's a double underhook powerbomb for a near fall. Kit fought back though, sent Cardona into the turnbuckle and connected with the tourniquet, but Cardona just kicked out. Michael Cole's like, he calls that the tourniquet. Doesn't win matches, so
nobody's bothered.
No, Cardona hit the rough Cardona and got the 1-2-3.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, what's the upside? I guess like it's fine. You bring people back. You give them runs, they can surprise you. And I'm not going to just like throw the baby out with the bathwater here and say, right, it's night one. He didn't feel that thrilling in the John Cena tournament, so I wasn't that thrilled to see him back. But I like Matt Cardona. Like, Matt Cardona has entertained me in his absence from WWE, so I'm not going to completely slam the door on it. I don't know. I'm
not booking him for anything at WrestleMania just yet.
Do you know my thing? I said this last year, and I think it even more now that we're getting NXT call-ups. You know how I was like, sign nobody? I don't want any new signings. I think it's that, because seeing some NXT people coming through, I'm like, that's what I want.
Yes, that's a good point.
That's the feeling of newness I want. I've got jump fatigue, but those jumps were ultimately creating a logjam and a bottleneck where the NXT people weren't getting up. I would have just like called up 4 more people from NXT than sign a Matt Cardona, but I'm not going to say that you can't do a job.
No, exactly. We'll wait and see.
You know,
the jury's still out.
It's like Sunderland have got a lot of AFCON related absences at the moment, right? So had we have brought in like a Cardona in the summer,
Benito
Cardona, formerly of Sheffield Wednesday, fact fans, you get that one, gang. You love your like late 90s English football. If we'd have brought in a Matt Cardona in September with the kind of knowledge that he was just there to stay fit and then we'd rely on him in AFCON, like I'd be like, fine. But I don't think WWE have got an AFCON coming up. I feel like this is WrestleMania season. Yeah. I don't know. It was a weird one for me, this.
We get an interview. There was a video. There was like a load of video package stuff. Just get this ambulance match out of the way, please. Yeah. Damien Priest said it's been 6 months. I was like, it felt like longer. Felt like longer.
Just that.
Me. Yeah. And then with Wyatt 6, another thing I'd happily leave in 2025.
This wasn't bad.
They talked about the meaning of family.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in the tag title match. They can circle back to it. All I care about is that later on, Tama Tonga had some Japanese words with Shinsuke Nakamura, which might have been a cynical attempt. We need you for a 1-minute segment, Shinsuke. So if you've got any plans to fly to Japan this weekend, better cancel them.
Afraid not. Need you for smackers.
They had a conversation in Japanese, and then Solo Kutsuko was like, what's that about? Hey, pal, what's that about, eh?
What are you doing?
But come on, let's get, also another one. Let's get our Buffalo. You only just got here, mate.
Yeah, he's still dressed.
There's a match next week.
Get the Buffalo. 4-on-4 in Berlin. And Solo once again reiterated his intent to get those tag belts because they threw it out on the one before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's happening.
That was one of those ones where I was like, I would be really annoyed by this, but Christmas is here and I've got some wrapping to do.
Far be it for me to over-egg the MFT pudding. Well, not that podcast. But of our boys even made the Wyatt 6 work because I thought this was like the best Uncle Howdy promo ever. He was just like, yeah, you think you understand family because you related to some of these people, but our relations aren't necessarily all in blood, but all the fireflies that keep our blood relatives alive. It's quite a sweet way to talk about Bray Wyatt.
I like that part.
Like, it wasn't
I just don't
just
care.
word soup bollocks. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It had something, and he's like,
because,
nice outline. He said, like, we'll chop your family tree down, we'll be the ones.
Yeah, Solo's created the contrast between what he considers family and what Uncle Howdy considers family. Like, for the Wyatts to idiotically think they can step to the MFTs when the tag belts need to change hands. 4-4 in Berlin next week, by the way. Like, if it's even half as good as that Survivor Series match, we are laughing.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's that to come first.
We'll be fine, yeah. And then, welcome back, Sami Zayn. Where the hell have you been?
Good.
Speaking of people getting mugged off, actually, he talks about, going away for a while. Last time we saw him, he was ringside for John Cena's last match. And he's there watching it with his son. That's nice and all that. Apart from the fact his son said, Dad, why is he called the Never Seen 17? And he explained how many championships he's won. And Sami Zayn's son went, how many championships you won, Dad? What's going on? Uncle Kevin's got loads. So
they ain't made of plastic.
But Zayn said, look, I got sick of me talking about being a world champion last year, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. 2026, I'm going to be about it. I'm coming for the WWE Championship. Before we can go any further into this, he's interrupted by Trick Willie.
Oh my God.
He looks resplendent in white.
Oh my God. Monster reaction.
Yeah.
Considering Buffalo's been getting shot on for the past hour.
Well, that Trick.
Uh-huh.
Deafening chance for that.
Yep.
So it's funny that like some of the promos on this show, I just sort of click, he said these grievances. Trick Williams, verbatim. Reporting to you live, the sexiest and most entertaining superstar alive, Trick Williams, has finally arrived. Sami Zayn, we haven't been formally introduced. Some call me Tricky 2 times. Some call me Mr. Whoop That. Some call me Hollywood Trick. But you can call me Trick Willie. I'm the most entertaining, the most athletic, the most dangerous man in this business. I might be Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Mike Tyson at the same place at the same time. Jesus.
Bang, 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 straight.
Fire.
Yeah.
I'm here for one reason, and one reason only. Sammy, SmackDown GM, can't remember what his name is. He called me. He dialed 1-800-WHOOP That. Amazing.
Yeah.
He said, Trick Willie, we need you on SmackDown. SmackDown's missing a little something. It needs some flavor, some pizzazz. It needs some of that only that you can bring. Trick Willie. Someone who's tall, dark, and handsome. Sammy Zayn's like, right, it's my time to talk. Well, Trick. Hold on, Sammy. I wasn't done talking. I can take off this coat. I can take off these shades. I can take off these lemon pepper steppers. I'm still 6'5", 250 pounds. In other words, Trick Williams is a grown-ass man. And that's what the SmackDown GM, can't remember what his name is trying to say. We need somebody here at SmackDown who could challenge for that championship. Somebody who looks good, who looks like a champion. Damn it, Sammy. I'm here to be world champion. You and me are nothing alike. We're not the same. It's not going to take me 20 years to get opportunities. I'm not the guy who could almost get the job done like you, Sammy. Sammy fires back, saying, look, the SmackDown GM, can't remember what his name is. His assessments might have been right, but Trick, you haven't been humbled yet. And that's basically said, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Wow, what a setup this is for the year.
Where do we even start on this? This was phenomenal. I could scarcely believe this was as good as it was because I haven't, WWE lost that flair in 2025, Like, this was, I'll do it chronologically, actually. So, Sami Zayn comes out and delivers a promo that I think through November and December, we kind of nervously anticipated every week and didn't get. Like, we were enjoying the feud of the MFTs.
I stopped talking about Sami Zayn winning the Rumble for this exact reason.
He's not on the Rumble poster.
Huh?
Like, it was a reasonable suggestion that, you know what, I think WWE have dropped the idea, so you should too, Like,
just not talk about him around Saudi Rumble time, because that's only going to make things worse when it doesn't happen.
Exactly, right? And then he cuts this promo, and he's really forlorn, as you would be if you're explaining the situation of how he arrived upon like this need that he's got to win. He had it anyway last year, but now it's been doubled because of the conversation with his son, which they positioned him in the front row with his kid, separate from the other wrestlers that were just there to high five Cena. So this isn't an accident, which is reassuring. So like he ties up his business with the MFTs with that Survivor Series match, and now we can be moved back into this thing that we'd sort of tried to talk into a distance in the summer months. So great, right? That's a good start. Then, when Trick Williams debuts, resplendent in white, as you say, looking a gazillion trillion dollars, and doing all the Trick Williams stuff that helped us fall in love with him in like 2021, basically. It was a flashback to the days of like NXT call-ups the night after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When the crowd mostly hated the main roster. So like the idea was, it's the wackiest night of the year. They hate the main roster, but they like NXT. So here's Enzo.
Oh, thank God
Cass.
Elias is about to play a song in the ring. That means something good's about to happen.
Exactly. It was a flashback to that, but with a main roster wrestler that people love, who has just laid out an enormous thing that he wants to achieve this year. So it was like, right, Sami Zayn has set his own personal stakes pretty high, and then an NXT call-up has come out, not only to interrupt, but to interrupt to rapturous ovations with a look that, like, couldn't be any sharper against a Sami Zayn visually, who I felt like he was dressed in jeans and a hoodie. If you're not watching the video version, I am wearing jeans and a hoodie. But I felt like Sami Zayn did his absolute best to dowdify himself, to express that contrast further. Like, Trick Williams, a total chancer by comparison, looks more world championship material than Sami Zayn.
And he doesn't look ridiculous like a Seth Rollins. He looks like that was something he would choose to wear and not be like, this is because I'm being outlandish. You just be like, it's Friday,
illustrative of who he is, you know. And 2 more people for the Cody Rhodes queue. We're up to 4. Miz, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, like on this show of, like, sorry, Cody.
That was a nice bit as well, that it wasn't just Cody being like, Randy Orton, ooh, and then he got Drew to deal with. Him and Sammy being like, what are we doing then?
Come on,
being like, anyone that you should relate to me is you.
Yeah.
Come on.
All this is actively.
All of this is what? Sorry.
First one is it's how I pronounce the supermarket that isn't Lidl.
Okay.
I'm going down all this for my shopping.
Yeah.
The SmackDown GM, can't remember his name. Signing him is its own little internal strife with Cody, isn't it? Like, he's already big enough, mate, and you're bringing in some other. What's going on? Like, because there's tension between those two at the moment, isn't there? So no, this Trick and Sammy thing, and you would have felt this. I was thinking of you with the Sami Zayn bit. The wave of relief that must have washed over you when Sami Zayn started talking world title again. From like,
I need to get back that US title.
Yeah, like just that feeling of like, it's not a dropped thread. In a year of dropped threads, this isn't one. Thank God. And something else to whet your whistle. The Rumble is the 31st in Saudi Arabia. Saturday night's main event the week before that is in Montreal.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
There's a Sami Zayn hotspot of a fortnight, you know? Like, or an 8-day period, not even a fortnight. Like, the Rumble's on a Saturday, 7 days, basically. Like,
so Gladiator starts, Saturday night's main event, and then Rumble.
Yeah. Like, if they wanted...
Then it's the Super Bowl the weekend after that.
Don't care. If you remember the Montreal SmackDown before Sammy fought Roman, I'm not comparing the two. That was, white hot.
That was when I was like, maybe the Cody thing doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, white hot. The promo he cut, where he just did some effing and jeffing in French at the end. Like, that's how if you spend the next 2 weeks just having Sami Zayn talk this WWE title aspiration into existence, you'll get that heat again. You'll magic it again. Rumble season, like, I've spent a week dwelling on this, and I went up to Cody Rhodes' face, and I could see it in his eyes. Like, he still doesn't see it in me, but I see it in me, and I'm going to win that Royal Rumble. See you in Montreal. Like, you've done it. You've potentially done it. If you want to, and this is what it's supposed to make you feel. You're like, hang on, why don't we get the belt back on Gunther, and then you do Sami and Gunther for the world at WrestleMania? Because he did him at 40. And that's Gunther's like, well, what I do is I kick people's ass. I'm going to beat CM Punk and I'm going to take his title and I'm going to go into WrestleMania. Sami Zayn again, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, beat me once, big whoop, fluke.
But then, like, that would mean, like, if Sami won the Rumble, then, like, someone, and then said, I'm going to face Gunther for the world title, that'd leave, I don't know, someone to win the Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Who could that be?
Exactly.
Come on, guys.
Get there before it's too late.
Yeah, very exciting stuff, this. Melo's backstage.
Perfect debut for Trick Williams. Sorry, perfect debut. Trick Williams, spoiler, if you've never seen him before, sometimes can't go, but
he
can talk, and he'll work you into thinking that he can.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's been a world champion, 3 times? Once in TNA, twice
2
in
in
NXT.
NXT, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's more than ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sammy was only NXT champ once, correct?
Didn't win it in a comeback run, did he? No, yeah, just once, yeah.
So even Trick can
He's
even
got
be like
that
that. Come on.
How
old am I? I've already won twice as many.
What if Trick beats him in Montreal, Saturday night's main event? What if that's what they're saving that match for? Because Trick's not he's working next week, but he's not working Sammy, is he?
He's working Ray Phoenix, because Trick just bodged into Ray. Was like, hi, SmackDown GM. I can't remember what his name is. Out of the way, Ray Phoenix.
Welcome back.
I thought, to be honest, I thought Trick might lose to Sammy and then be like, need a tag team partner. And I was like, I think I can think of one, pal.
Don't hate that.
Because then that also you've got the US champion involved in that, who's also involved in all this because there was a reunion between Melo and Dragunov, basically just patting themselves on the back quite rightly for an amazing match last week, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then he's going to deal with, they'd rematch again once he's beaten Johnny Gargano. And Tommaso Ciampa's going, so don't have to worry about him anymore.
Squared all that way. Job's a good one. This, a minor thing, I'm into it, but they do need like a slight rotation. You can't just keep doing things. Somebody wins the US title, Fraxium, Johnny Gargano. It's the same people in the same order.
But the thing is, you also can, because every week you're just like, oh, well, that's the best match. Like, what came next was the match of the year. Carmelo Hayes versus Johnny Gargano.
It was good.
Match of the year?
Give me some time to think on that. It might be something else, but yeah.
At that time.
Oh, at that very moment, yeah.
Match of the year.
I'd say probably,
I enjoyed the 8-woman match, but I thought this was better. And then the ambulance match, that was match of the year probably as well. I haven't watched Tanahashi versus Okada.
Me neither, yeah. I'm going to watch it tonight on the train home.
Carmelo Hayes busy. Carmelo Hayes versus Johnny Gargano, United States Championship match. I've heard it's sensational. I'm just joking. Gargano tries a cheap shot early on, but Carmelo Hayes fights back. But of course, Candice LeRae gets involved at one point to shield Gargano, and that allows Johnny Gargano to hit a slingshot spear and a dive to take us to a break. When we come back, Hayes fights back and hits that fadeaway leg drop on Gargano and hits a frog splash as well, but Gargano kicks out at 2. They go up top. Hayes avoids an avalanche air raid crash, wants a superplex, but Gargano reverses at the last second into a final cut suplex for another great double down as we go to another break. When we come back, Hayes blocks Gargano's springboard from the apron with a cutter and a DDT onto the apron. Gargano counters a facebuster into a tornado DDT. Melo just kicks out at 2. Stops Gargano's spear with a boot, goes up top. Again, Candice LeRae gets involved. That allows Gargano to hit the avalanche air raid crash for a great 2 count. They exchange pinning attempts, and then out of nowhere, Carmelo Hayes hits the first 48. Nothing but net. 1, 2, 3. Successful title defense.
Yeah, again, decent. I was panicking when Gargano came out because I thought, right, here's the first reminder that SmackDown is 3 hours. They're going to stick 10 extra on this. Yeah. We're going to get more commercial breaks. We're going to get, like, say, I don't know, 4 changes in the momentum. Right, oh, well, Melo's back in charge now. We're going to another break. You're joking me. Like, so I kind of had a bit of dread, and Gargano still doesn't get great reactions. And then when the bell rings, sometimes he does. And I would say this was an example of that. This wouldn't go on my recommended list with the Miz promo in the main event. But I did think Gargano was a heel, especially now, like a newly minted singles heel, kind of out of nowhere. This was a bit of an old school Tommaso Ciampa write-off where it's just like, who?
Yeah. I don't think they mentioned him by name later, did they? Because they had the bit where he's like, bloody hell, with Fraxium.
Yeah.
I still think they're going to unmask Axiom, by the way.
They
keep talking about this mask.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, he's got a mask. He's got another mask now, but Gargano's still carrying around his old mask as like a present for Candice LeRae. Give it to her then. It's been Christmas already.
He is weird with gifts because he had that cup. He had Tommaso Ciampa's cup on.
That's my knob cup.
Do you want what we having for dinner tonight? Well, it doesn't really matter because the whole table will stink of dick. So, how was your Christmas dinner this year?
Oh, sensational.
Who cooked?
Not me, obviously.
I cooked for 7 this year.
Fair play.
Yeah.
How is he? Look at all this crap they got me dressed in. You made that joke yourself.
I know, yeah. I tell you what, man. Soup.
You didn't just cook soup, did you?
No.
Yeah, you've got a soup making machine, haven't you?
Yeah. There's never been less food wastage in my adult life than there is right now. Everything's getting souped. I have gone soup adaft, right?
Can I take a guess? Was your first soup biscuit?
I hadn't even thought about that.
Get like
Do you think I could invent like a digestive flavoured stock?
Get a Yazoo. Get some digestives.
Chocolate Yazoo. Could I put those in a blender and not break it?
What? Break the blender?
Would I need to moisten the digestives first, or would the biscuit dust get in the mechanism?
What? No, if you think you put Yazoo first and then...
It's true, actually, yeah, because I was crumbling some... Oh, my God.
It's like when, what's his name from It's Always Sunny was trying to gain weight, except we're just doing it because we've got a blender now.
Thickening up some Yazoo with biscuits.
That's what you have to do, didn't he? By the end, because he was like, I can't gain weight fast enough. his assistant, I think, used to buy like a giant tub of ice cream and leave it on his desk so it had melted, so he could just drink it.
Sounds class, doesn't it?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Day 1, 2, 3 sounds class. Day about 8 sounds.
We've all got different day 8s.
Yeah,
I think I get to about like day 65 or something before it really started to hit. No, man, I like celeriac and apple with my poshest. Right?
Hell's celeriac?
I don't.
Is that like celery?
Well, I still don't know. It was in a cookbook. It's like a Google image it. It's like available in like supermarket veg aisles.
I've heard of it,
but not every supermarket.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, so.
Oh, thank you, Wikipedia. Celeriac, a group of cultivars of Apium graveolens.
Now you know.
You can't just make, that's just words.
Well, funnily enough, like my mother-in-law asked.
Celery root, knob celery. It's got you've been eating knob celery, mate.
Knob celery soup, apple for sweetening.
Turnip rooted celery. Okay, there we go.
So the thing is, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking with your knob celery soup.
God, your knob soup going down.
It's like the champers. It tastes like dick. Everything tastes like dick. I made a parsnip soup that had less dick, had less dick in it. What?
Just you. No, not for me. Thanks, love. I've got my knob soup later on.
You keep it. I made a broth. Really, every kind of soup. All 3. Broth.
I haven't even started my New Year's resolutions yet.
What's New Year's resolutions? You got any?
Just to be healthier.
I thought you were going to say just keep being me.
Yeah.
Keep being class.
Up to 11. No, I'm getting an e-bike.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to do some bike to work form thing and then take it in and then da-da-da-da-da. So I thought I'm just going to eat crap until I get that bike. And I haven't had my gym induction yet, so there's no point trying yet.
Not yet. To be fair, right, the smart money there might be for you to get your induction in February, because by then the gym will be quiet again.
Yeah, you went at lunchtime, didn't you? Fair play.
It was okay. They were like, it's a small gym, so there was 3 people in it, and it felt fuller as a result.
They whispering like, "There's that knob soup going."
I shouldn't have got knob soup printed on my gym shirt. Like, say, you know, when you get on a stag do, knob soup. Where's that nickname from?
Knob the soup.
Can he blend it?
It's just you digestives and your soup, yep.
Do you want vanilla knob soup or chocolate knob soup? Get the yazoo in. No, why I brought this up.
Sorry, yeah.
The knob soup was because I've had
knob soup would also work if it was biscuits, because you could have hobnobs.
Oh, I mean, that's good stuff. You brought that together quite nicely. It's because you can make soup, as in tomato soup, water, which I did the first time. I blended them too much, man. I had to make it a cup of soup that you could drink, because it was liquid, straight up liquid. And I like a soup, but you know. And then I did the second one, and it was broth, right? So I was like, oh, where's the sludge?
Yeah.
My favorite soup is sludge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way to describe it, but like porridgey, sludgy soup is the best soup. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying.
And I was like, can I never do anything? Am I cursed to be able to do nothing? And then I figured the setting out right, and I made it actually had some leftover knob. So some leftover knob in the fridge, some parsnip, some carrot. Oh, the colour on it. Like parsnip, carrot, knob, and some leftover cauliflower and broccoli put a bit of pepper in. And then there was one of the vegetable stock cubes I had left from some of the gravy I was making. Jesus Christ. And it was sludge. It was food slurry. It was exactly as I wanted. You'll see me eating it soon enough, because I'll be bringing some in.
Yeah.
I love this thing, man. It's a proper
fair play.
End of January. It's going in the back of the cupboard, never to be seen again. But right now, it's having its main event run. You know what I mean? It's right now, it's over as it's ever been. Like, at the moment, people are saying, could the soup maker win the Rumble? And then by the end of January, soup maker, that's getting out in the first 10. Absolutely no way that's going to Mania. Like, what's the think it is, the air fryer?
Soup maker's getting treated, like I told you about earlier, like Daniel Pewter in that Rumble.
Yeah. Like, Mania right now, everybody knows it's air fryer versus toaster. But soup maker's like...
It's like Punk back in the day. I think I can convince them to make it a triple threat.
Exactly that.
Me, innit?
Exactly that. CM Soup is thinking, I can get in this. It's not gonna. It's just not. It's going to be air fry versus toaster like it is every year, right? Where, an absolute push, night 1, oven. oven versus fridge. Freezer, come on. Yeah. Oven versus freezer in night 1. Soup maker if Soup maker's in the WrestleMania main event, but in 100 days by April,
Soup maker is.
I'll eat my soup.
Soup maker is going to be Andre the Giant if he's lucky.
Yeah. Oh, Soup will win the Andre, and we'll have to pretend like, see, it's had a good year. Has it? It's stood next to a no. Stood next to a trophy but it's just another Soup maker trophy. Andre the Giant Soup. Well, this is kill the vibe a little bit, innit? If you're watching on YouTube, our gorgeous SmackDown graphic has disappeared, and Nicholas was busy with something else. So I guess
we just thought
enjoy this.
Right, we see after the US title match.
You keep talking. I want to break the fourth wall.
I'm going to the toilet. Tamas, as I mentioned, watching the match. Shinsuke Nakamura, they talk Japanese, and then Sikoa comes in, says, we're talking to him about, don't worry, because we're going to win back those tag titles. And they've got the 4-on-4 match against the Wyatt Six next week. Jay Cargill is then interviewed about what happened to Michin at a live show. Any look?
No.
Okay. She suffered a real injury, and Jay basically says that's what happens when Jordan Grace appears and says she sort of transforms Jay Cargill's words about being that bitch to being a bitch, basically.
Yeah.
And threatens. She's trying to get a lay of the land, basically, and she likes what she sees with Jay Cargill, basically.
Yes. Michin injury on the house shows. And B-Fab. Like, injury on the house show, unfortunate, but Jade Cargill's character is the character that should be looking to just take people out, not just out in matches, but take them out for good. So I think this is making chicken soup.
Yes.
from chicken.
From chicken knob.
It's making knob soup from chicken knob. Like, fair play to WWE for making knob soup out of chicken knob. I like that. Jordan Grace, we've already touched on, but should get called up ASAP.
Then we see Cody and Sammy, and Cody's like, has anyone seen Drew? I don't care, I'm going out right now. And he storms out in amongst a Obafemi teaser, hinting at his arrival hopefully very soon, although not too soon. Cody storms out, takes off his jacket. So Buffalo, what do you guys want to talk about? He talks about the most sought after belt in the history of pro wrestling. He talks about being a second generation who came up in this business. He says, I love it, but I get here early, I have this belt, and I want everyone to see me. When they see this championship, they think the money, they think the main event, they think the bus, they think the suit, they think the jets, the fans. And then comes the envy from people, and that's what Drew McIntyre reeks of. He says... when the Unreal cameras think they're capturing everything, they're just playing checkers. They're not playing chess. When I look at my peers in the locker room, nobody asks me, what do I see? Whether it be friend or foe, somewhere in between, what I see as Drew McIntyre is lunch. You can call yourself the final boss, the tribal chief, the greatest of all time, the game, the Scottish warrior, the best in the world. But in this era of WWE, I'm the one who calls himself the champ. And that does not change in Berlin. He's interrupted on the Tron by Drew, who stood in front of, in the freezing cold, stood in front of the Cody Express, and says that Cody is as vanilla as it gets. And he's thought long and hard to determine these 3 stages of hell. He's going to reveal them now. Stage 1, normal, traditional wrestling match. Stage 2, falls count anywhere. Do what you want, basically. If it takes it to a third fall, it will. Especially because they've been doing this on the house show loop. It's going to be a steel cage match. Drew says, no outside interference, no BS, just 2 men enter and 1 champion leaves. I've broken you mentally, Cody. Next week, I'm going to break you physically. That is, of course, if you're still champion next week, because you touch me, you're stripped of the title. And I'm going to test your self-control right now. I want to have this conversation. Not in the freezing cold in Buffalo. You people are animals living up here. All right, mate. Let's have a chat on the Cody Express. I wanted to have it on there. I let myself in. You weren't there. But I did a poo. And checked out some of your sentimental items that you've got, some gifts. And one thing really stood out to me is this incredibly cheap photo frame with a picture of you and your dad in it. And he says, I wish Dusty was still here today, see the man that you've become. I know he's looking up right now, truly ashamed. People think it's going to be a cold day in hell before Drew McIntyre is champion again. Well, I hope Dusty's got a coat because it's about to get really chilly, and he smashes the picture frame. Cody storms out, but by the time he makes it out there and the security and stuff stopping him, Drew has made his way into the ring. He says, "You might want to head back to the ring, buddy. I'm waiting for you. Come on, showtime." And then he says, "I'm glad you're here. Happy New Year," and sets a photo of Cody and Dusty on fire, drops it in a trash can, and Cody has to be restrained as Drew is right in his face saying, "Go on, touch me."
Mixed bag, this. Like, as far as a go-home promo for a feud that I don't really like, this was actually pretty effective.
Oh, yeah.
I had a certain readiness for the match after the fact, because if for nothing else, I bought Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre not liking each other.
Mm-hmm.
In as much as I'm curious as if they pull a title change. You know, they've actually got me a little bit.
You mentioned this on the Raw preview as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would really help WWE this week to switch one or the other. I think it would be a good shock, a good cold water to the face. One champion that you didn't expect to lose does. If you're going into the Rumble and the Chamber with either Cody or Punk beltless, that offers Cody or Punk as a potential rival for Cody or Punk, and that's interesting to keep in the ether. Maybe that's a little bit of what I'm wanting here, but like, Drew McIntyre sold me here that he could be WWE champion again. So I have to give him some credit for that, because he shouldn't have done. This feud is over, and I don't necessarily mean in the buildings. Like, Cody has beaten him conclusively, really, and yet they've persisted. They've thrown a lot at it. They've gone down the personal route. They've done the no touching. They've done the home invasion, the bus invasion, the Cody's taken to a dark place, all that kind of stuff. And here with this angle, they did the personal affectations type thing. They've thrown a lot at this. This feels like in those fantasy book of games you get, where like you're kind of supposed to spread your angles out, like Extreme Warfare or whatever, but you're just giving them all to this same storyline because you're desperate to get this one over. That's what they've done. And it'll be effective enough as a TV main event, like in this big week that WWE's having. I thought they would do it as the first 3 hour, but I completely understand why they're saving it, because it does feel like by this Friday, everyone's going to be back in the loop. You could feel that this week's was still a bit of a Christmas holiday SmackDown as opposed to next week.
Tie up all these loose ends and start afresh.
Yeah. So I can see why they've done it. I think they've done a good job of setting it up. A little bit gutless, if you ask me, going for a steel cage over a Hell in a Cell. Drew could have said, Hell in a Cell, like, you need to watch tape and see what I do in Hell in a Cell. So Cody could be like, me watch tape on Hell in a Cell. Like, and then he's got the bruised titty law.
He said traditional steel cage. Do you reckon there could be a lid on this one then?
Nah, I just think steel cage.
Just there, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I really think if they were going to soup it up, you would have just said, soup it up. If you're going to, you would just do Hell in a Cell. And they didn't do it. And I thought they would, and that's a bit of a shame. The picture thing, right? Such a good idea in theory, but really poor in practice. For one, as you point out, the frame, like pathetically low quality. The whole it looked almost like an insult, like Dusty's tribute on the buses. That the very picture that he used, right? Like that picture of Cody the trainee with Dusty taken with like a WWE official backdrop, like. Why not something that actually looks like it was out of the private collection?
Yeah, I thought
not something that like you or I could. We could print it out to put on the walls in the office if we wanted. Like again, the principal thinking's not bad. Like if there was a picture of like young Cody with Dusty and you've never seen this image before, and it's like, here's one I've got from home.
Cody's in the corner, Dusty's in his ear. It's from their personal.
Oh God, like you've never seen the image before, and then they're like, obviously I'm not saying you damage the legit one, scan it or whatever, but like, that element of it was underthought for me because it just made you think of like that.
Yeah, it did feel like someone turned up that day and they went, "Have you got that photo?" And he went, "I left it back home. With all the madness of Christmas, I've forgotten it." Yeah,
and with the fact to use that one instead. Like, and I get its symbolism and stuff. I was a defender of the bracelet, so I understand that like items, maybe Cody between now and if it wasn't next week, Cody could have said like, that picture was my first day in WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I keep that one because it's extra special to me because that was the day I got signed, and I couldn't believe that I could stand there with my dad having gotten signed. But
there feels like an easy replacement, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that picture's readily available, and you get a better frame.
There is no time to tell that bit of the story now, so it is literally just, well, I'm going to have to print that out again and get a new frame. That's going to cost me £6.
Yeah,
Drew.
Also, it was a bit weird that I get what the story they're trying to tell is like Cody's going to snap, but like. Drew had a point. if the security hadn't been there, Cody would have cost himself the world title.
Well, there is that as well. Like, I still don't think all of that's been fully...
I thought for a split second he was going to say, let me go. And then Drew was going to be like, here it comes. And he's just going to like go up to hit him and then stop himself.
The sheer how much Cody is losing it in this rivalry when he's pretending not to, and this whole I can see them seeing me business is interesting. Like, this line of WWE title challenges that are putting the pressure on Cody before he's even fought Drew is an interesting character wrinkle.
It could be, this could be the kid list.
Yeah.
Turn, I feel.
Yeah, or like Cody, I think, has always very delicately played how much of a bad guy he wants to be while being the ultimate good guy.
Yeah.
So it's always been buried within, and then he just unleashes it when he needs to.
I'd like it if his podcast suddenly became like really like, you know, people used to, when you're at uni and people are like, go on, see it off, Fresher. They're like, he's like, I've just come for a nice interview. Drink that. Go on, see it off.
Come on, drink that sick.
Drink the old fashioned. Go on, drink it.
Drink your pint of knob soup.
So yeah, next week they confirm in Berlin, Germany, 3 stages of hell, Cody versus Drew.
Straight wrestling match. Falls count anywhere. Yard of piss. Last one to drink it loses.
Through a straw as well. Ray Phoenix versus Trick Williams and the White Six versus the MFTs. Before we go to the main event, it was the women's US title match, Chelsea Green versus Julia.
What?
What's happening?
What's going on?
What are we doing?
Killed her.
So, yeah, it was like Julia, we'd just forgotten about the fact that she sucked and just didn't get any reaction.
Well, 90-second loss, wasn't it, to Chelsea Green?
Yeah.
I've not misremembered that. It was a proper...
And then she was just like, no selling stuff, chucking Green at the ring. Yes, there was the moment that Chelsea Green hit an unprettier. No, a Rough Rider, a Rough Cardona, sorry. Because Kiana James got on the apron. But then Julia just got back up. Avalanche unhook DDT, Northern Lights bomb, 1, 2, 3. Julia's the champion again.
I don't get it.
What's happening?
What's going on? Like, Chelsea Green being the champion again was allowing for all this cool stuff with Ethan Page, and like, she can get away. That element of it is actually not important, is it? But the Julia stuff, what is going on? Like, next week, think about it like this, right? If this was some sort of character, what have I been doing with myself? I need to get serious, and she just beat her ass, which she did here, and takes back the title. And then like next week, she beats up Kiana James, and it's like, I've got my ducks in a row again. Like, I was being held down and held back and being distracted and yada, 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 and now I'm just the ass kicker, Julia. Well, that's not ideal, because you've just made Jade Cargill that as your main WWE champion. So you've got the same character, but because it's a secondary title, it's a secondary impression.
Are they doing this for the Jordan Grace thing, perhaps?
Possibly. This was so weird. This was like abrupt enough to make you think that there is an idea at the end of it, but not particularly satisfying as an episodic thing because of how they'd so effortlessly beat her in the first place when they put the belt back on Chelsea. And if nothing else, Chelsea's champion is like, I'm going to have some fun with the segments. So now you've taken those away and you've replaced it with Julia the ass kicker, who was very beatable a couple of weeks back. I don't know.
I've got no reaction.
No reaction still. Well, but the booking isn't warranted one.
No,
We'll let this play out, but I feel like we've let Julia play out a couple of times on the main roster, and so far so bad. So I don't know. Like, not on her. The work was fine, but such a weird pivot.
I was watching this going, right, I wonder where Julia goes from. Oh, she's the champion again.
Yeah, same. She loses here. Probably the secret of is cheap, but nonetheless, she loses. And then it's like, does she bin off Kiana James, and is there a bit? Who knows? And no, she kicked her ass and won. Very, very strange.
So weird. We see Rio backstage talking about how they're going to become the champions on Monday. And this is where Charlotte and Alexa walk up and they're like, here we go. Yeah, you want me next in line? They're like, well, I say they. One of them is like, no, we just want to wish you luck. And also we're next in line, says Charlotte.
Good.
Don't break these up.
No, God, no. We're long past the point where the split is needed now.
I don't know. Like, I have confidence it gets to Mania, whatever they're doing. There's a bit of me that's like, maybe you don't need to break it up at Mania just yet.
People find good roles. Like the tag division,
the best it's been for Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
Charlotte especially.
Women's tag division's in good health. Like, people seem happy in their jobs and their lives. Keep it. Yeah.
And then this was when we got the bit with Fraxium and Gargano and Candice LeRae and and then we got an ambulance backing out onto the stage because it was an ambulance match to close out this show. The 6-month feud is finally over. Although I'm fairly certain in the Aleister Black thing, he said, you can pin me, you can even win the ambulance match tonight, but I'll win in the end. And I was like, no.
Classic Mally that was, wasn't it? Absolutely vintage Mally Black, this one. 6 boring-ass months. for a friggin'... I'll put you in the back of the car so I win. Maybe I wanted you to put me in the back of the car so I win, in fact. That's a real quiz.
There was a bit when they did the fireball and I went, oh yeah, they remember they did that.
Shook it off.
And then I was like...
Ow for a minute. I mean, it was a terrible fireball, but nonetheless, the idea was it was supposed
It was when he was like, oh, you've kicked me away from the ambulance. Oh, bloody hell. I'm just a bit old now. It's clearly Damien Priest like, might get going.
He's a sly fox, that Malachi Black, Alistair Black.
Alistair jumps Damien from behind as he's making his entrance, kicks us all off. They very quickly fight out towards the ambulance. Alistair Black wanted to win this in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He thought, open the doors. This will be it then. But Priest pulls out a stretcher, sends it into the ribs of Black, and then chucks him on the stretcher. We go to picture-in-picture. I think, was this the point? I can't remember if it was a picture-in-picture or maybe just before the Alistair Black meteored Damien Priest through a table and somehow injured his knee. Well, so not somehow, but came up selling his knee. And I thought, that's the last thing we need here. But as we come back, Priest sends Black over the commentary table with a pounce. Zelina's watching on of all this, of course. But Alistair comes back, sends Priest into the ring post, grabs a chair, twats him with it, puts his head in it, and then just kicks the chair. That looked like it sucked. Mm-hmm. It's not really much way to...
No.
I'm just going to kick the chair in your head. It's going to be in it. See how that works out. But Damien fought back by choke slamming Alistair Black onto the apron of the ring. They fight back in there. Damien Priest hit a Hurricane Rana off the top. That looked awesome. But Black immediately fired back with a spin kick to put them both down as we go to another break. We come back. Alistair Black's in control. Zelina, open the doors. She does, but who's in there but Rhea Ripley, who does a little wave. And she chases her down, and they have a far better match than they did when they had the tag match.
Yeah.
Run down to the ring. I'll pick you up, riptide you. There we go. Job done. Meanwhile, Black is nailing Priest with stomps, tries to drag him into the ambulance. Does the thing, shuts the door. Oh, I can't get the second door bloody closed. This time, Priest hits him with a crutch. And Priest gets pushed into the ambulance door. Black hits a knee to the face, but Damien Priest fires back with a fire extinguisher shot. Bloody hell! It's in my eyes. Still there? Still, yeah. Oh, fireball!
Took a while.
But Damien Priest like, no, not yet. I want to get a...
See what got my hand? What? Then look closer. What? Look closer. What? Boom, fireball.
It was the bit where he was like, no, not winning the match. I want to get out this weird table, which just so happened to be there through the entranceway. Yeah. He drags that out, picks up Alistair Black. He wants the razor's edge, but Black escapes and hits another knee to the face. They fight around the ambulance. Alistair Black's like, Alistair Black, I call him. Alistair Black's like, probably get the equipment case, if anything. Does that. But Priest counters, picks him up for a razor's edge. He looks at the equipment case, changes his mind into the windshield. That was a cool spot, I suppose. And then I thought, they're actually going to do this. And they did. Damien Priest climbs up to the top, drags Alistair Black's body to the top of the ambulance. Did just sort of chuck him off, didn't he? Didn't really like...
There wasn't much ceremony to it.
No, he just sort of went, get down there. Chucked him off. He falls off the back of the ambulance through that weird equipment table. Then... I don't know what happened. The ambulance doors wouldn't open for a second.
Oh, God, this was excruciating.
Damien Priest went, the rules are always put me in the side door, obviously, the ambulance. Does that, but then when he goes back round, someone's pressed the old clicker, so their back doors are open again now.
I just think that's what it's like. There's telly going off. Do you think it's like, well, you left it too long? That's on
you,
that, lads.
It's like, with my car sometimes, if you unlock it, but then you don't open any doors quickly. So he was like, eventually chucks Alistair Black in the back of the ambulance, shuts one door, shuts the side door. That's the rule. All the doors are going to be shut.
We all know that.
Shuts the door, screams, shuts the doors, wins the match. It's finally over.
We're taking the piss because it was kind of stupid when these little things went wrong or these little prop failures. Really...
just don't care.
No, I was about to say they really broke the immersion of this brawl they were trying to have, but that would suggest that I had an immersion to break in the first place. I am long sick of watching these two fight. So, like, it was almost fitting, wasn't it? When little things were going awry, you were like, good. Like, karma. It's not on the wrestlers, it's on the booking.
Yeah.
But karma, really, for this program going on as long as it has, with so little happening in it. I didn't really get a lot of this. Do you know, we were the higher ones on Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest from WrestleMania. So I think that, like, we're allowed, if we can say, well, I think we know what a good Damian Priest plunder match looks like, to say when one isn't that good. And this wasn't very good. The feud with Aleister Black has not been good. Him, as you pointed out earlier, going like, 6 months finally going to be over. Like, I shouldn't be as stressed as you are to be in this feud. Like, it's total wrong messaging. Glad it's over.
I don't see either of them for a bit.
And that's the worst case scenario, isn't it? It's not elevated. It's done the opposite. It's like, they're both fresh.
You could argue that you could have Damian Priest now be like, right now that's out of the way. I'm back in the world title picture. So it could be another one for Cody. So there is that.
Well, and he's won this match. But
and
obviously,
Aleister Black, obviously,
he's won the whole thing.
Aleister Black, the game was who can get in the ambulance.
Yeah. He didn't. There was an actual fourth door around there. I forgot to close. So that's a real quiz, Cody. And didn't they do some sort of screwy finish where he didn't lose to Cody when they had that random SmackDown match? Or did Cody beat him?
Was it a DQ?
Yeah, either way, I'm still in the queue.
I've actually had Zelina holding my place in the queue.
Yeah, I noticed no Kutch, but she has been stood there the whole time. She was there with a sleeping bag from the night before. Yeah, kind of rubbish this.
It was the right person won.
There was a good sense of event around it. In terms of like the first
crowd
event of the
loved
3 hour SmackDown, yeah, there was a good sense of ceremony around it. Felt big, felt like it justified its spot, all that kind of stuff. Can't complain about the placement of it or any of that. Just, I really don't like this feud. I like the two less than I did before. Glad it's over. I'm not.
Relief was my overriding emotion.
I'm not itching to think what they might do next. It's a lot of worst case scenarios.
No, I might ask you that on Friday, but I will not care what your answer is.
Yeah. What next for these two? Well, not each other. So that's a plus. Like,
I mean, I literally, with all the stuff going on, I wouldn't mind. It'd be bad booking because we've done all that for now, but I genuinely wouldn't mind if you just had a spot with them in the Rumble then.
I don't wish to offend the Scottish listeners or Scottish football fans that listen to this podcast, but like, I don't know, other than the inbuilt, like, hundreds of years of hatred, how the old firm stays as heated and as angry it is when there's like 20 fixtures a season.
Yeah.
Like, there must be.
They have what, 4 games?
At least in the league, and then often
and
the cup
games, obviously,
and there's Europe sometimes. Like, that heat is impressive considering how often they play each other. Like, Damian Priest and Aleister Black's a bit old firm at this point in terms of numbers, and they've had.
Oh God, are they going to have the Cena Randy spot?
They've had literal fire, and it's never had half the heat of just a game of football that happens 6 times a season.
Are they going to have the Cena Orton spot?
Yeah.
One more time at WrestleMania.
The dance, because this is the dance.
Please God, no.
When Aleister Black gets thrown out, he's going, and this is how you win.
Yeah. I actually wanted both feet might touch the floor.
Oh dear, both feet touch the floor. Good, perfect for black mashing you with. Little Black Riding Hood.
Hey, you want to see what number I've got in the Rumble? Come here. No, come here. Come close. Fireball.
he takes it out with a tumbler, but somehow it's a fireball.
Whoa!
I mean, what's that piece of paper down that's ashes on fire? 30. He's got the same people working on his fireball. Bling. You got any of them, the contract that Karrion Kross got made up for Keith Lee? Can you put one in a ball? Sure can. We're going to watch that again soon, aren't we?
Yeah. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on SmackDown in the comment section below, or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch, they can follow both of us, sort of. You can follow Michael Hamflett at...
Michael Hamflett on Cameo, or HamflettX@gmail.com.
You can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from, for daily wrestling podcasts. The Raw preview is available right now, and me, Hamflett, and Sidge will be back later on today with a bit of a Q&A, and we'll also be back on Friday to preview a big episode of SmackDown. For now, though, this has been the SmackDown review, where we talked about the Miz's 2025 grievances.
Hoorah!
Julia regaining the US title. Drew McIntyre revealing his 3 stages of hell, an ambulance match, and some huge returns and debuts.
The SmackDown review. It's got all this, and grievances, I've got 4.
See you soon.